Welcome back. Let's shift gears now to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, where we're learning the U.S. military is planning to provide Ukraine with its first shipment of a new longer-range ammunition recently developed by Boeing. According to media reports, the bombs will arrive the country as soon as this week. The bombs can achieve a maximum range of 90 miles. It will be a significant capability for Ukraine. Pentagon spokesman Major General Pat Ryder said the longer-range munition will be provided at some point under the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative. He also says the Washington will defer to Ukraine as to the details of this delivery. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is threatening to fire Ukrainian Commander-in-Chief Valery Zelensky, who has reportedly refused to step down voluntarily. This is coming as the top general rejected President Zelensky's offer to resign. He was offered the top position in the National Security and Defense Council, but turned down the proposal as well. According to officials, President Zelensky allegedly told Mr. Zelensky that he will be removed from his current position regardless of whether he accepts the role or not. The commander-in-chief is seen as a potential political rival of Mr. Zelensky, given his popularity among Ukrainian voters. The VOA's Anna Chernikova joins us now from Kiev. Anna, thank you very much for joining us on The World today. It's good to see you.
Good evening.
Speak to us about the latest development on ground. Has there been any major attacks in Ukraine?
Well, the attacks are continuing to happen, and mostly we're seeing drone attacks. At this point, we can say that under the attacks are mostly eastern and southern parts of Ukraine, as well as western, particularly one western region, Khmelnytskyi region. What we can see is that Russian forces continue these attacks. However, this past week, the intensity of these massive attacks was much lower than usual. But we are hearing that troops on the ground, particularly at the eastern front line, are kind of getting ready for certain actions, and probably Russian forces will try to advance in the Donetsk and Kharkiv region. So we are hearing from the Ukrainian officials that indeed Kharkiv region is back at danger, at more danger than it was before. And considering that Kharkiv region was already liberated once from the Russian occupation, of course, it creates additional scare for those living in there and staying at that regions. But again, at this point, we just can say that Russian forces are trying to intensify their actions in that areas, and what we're hearing from the experts and from Russian officials, that most probably Russian forces are trying to get to the borders, to the administrative borders of the Luhansk, Donetsk, and Kharkiv regions. But again, a lot of experts say that it might be not that easy, and it might be that Russian forces won't be able to achieve all of those goals.
There are reports also that the U.S. military is planning to provide Ukraine with its first shipment of a new longer-range munition provided by Boeing. Has this been officially confirmed?
No, we don't have official confirmations, neither from Ukrainian nor from the U.S. side, and I don't think we really gonna get any confirmation before the use of such ammunition would be seen and would be confirmed on ground. At least this is how it usually happens with such such big upgrades, because definitely such type of munition is an upgrade, and Ukrainian society, well, after this news appeared in the media, and it looks like that this might be the case, and even some sources are saying that it could be that this munition would arrive this week. Of course, this is perceived by Ukrainian society very optimistic and very exciting. this is something that if this happens and if this would be confirmed with time, probably, but this would definitely be a very great upgrade for the Ukrainian forces.
Anna, the weapon is said to have twice the range when you compare it to the US supplied high mobility artillery rocket system already used by Ukrainian troops. But that will be an added advantage. Also, how are the troops doing on the front line with all of this information?
Situation at the front line is very tough, and Ukrainians, of course, Ukrainian forces, they are struggling a lot, and they are fighting, but it is extremely difficult. And we are hearing from the military that, the losses are high, and it is difficult, morally difficult and physically difficult. And of course, such news definitely adds the power and adds the adds probably the desire to fight at the top level, because as military usually say, and a lot of military servicemen told us that, of course, when you have this, top modern munition in use, it's a very different story. It's a very different war. So definitely, this creates a lot of hope, gives a lot of hopes, and creates, this probably this looped time for Ukrainian forces to continue to keep the positions as long as possible, because we know that it is extremely difficult, especially in certain areas, more difficult than in others. The also important question is if there are any, let's say, any limitations in use of such weapons. So we don't know if Ukrainians would be able to use these weapons, how they want, 100%, or if there are certain limitations and they won't be able to use it, in some cases. So it is a very important also question, and very important, very interesting to be hearing from the official sources what actually is going to happen in terms of that.
Also, Anna, we've been hearing about President Zelensky's cabinet reshuffle. Bring us up to speed on that.
Well, it was a bombshell news, I should say, here in Ukraine about the commander-in-chief's dismissal by President Zelensky, Mr. Zelensky, because Mr. Zelensky has an extremely high support rate within the Ukrainian society, and he is indeed the one who has more than 70% support. So no one, neither in the political circle nor in the military circle, has such support. And of course, Ukrainian society, it was, this news was perceived as a catastrophe, because a lot of Ukrainians believe that Ukraine would not be able to survive Russian full-scale invasion, full-scale assault, if there is no General Zelensky at the top of the military leadership. So for Ukrainians, it would be really a very bad news. And when this information came in, probably all Ukrainian media sources were discussing this, and Telegram channels, and actually Ukrainians started on the social media to create groups and organizing groups, deciding on when and where they are going to get out to the streets to protest against such decision by President Zelensky. Also, if this would be the case, because at this point the Zelensky office said that this is not. This is false. That they're not gonna proceed with any dismissal of Zelensky, but still there is scare remaining within the society, and a lot of experts still believe that this might happen. But I should say that it looks like that if this happens, at least according to the latest polls and surveys, it would be really quite a big harm for President Zelensky's reputation, both within Ukraine and abroad.
All right. Thank you very much. VOA's Anna Chernikova from Kiev. Thanks a lot for your contribution, as always, on The World Today.
Thank you.